Hello, Josh here, your PSP staff for today's class. Reminder that we're all fitness sports instructors, and I'm broadcasting here from CFB Halifax Dockyard. Today we're going to be going over a yoga class, so I'm just going to get you to grab some water and get any desired music set up. Your equipment today is just a mat, and blocks are optional, but they can always be useful. If you're trying to get low to the ground and you need a few inches or whatever, that's what they're there for. So if you have them and you know where you want to use them, then that can be good. Today's theme will be balance, legs, and core. So we're still going to do all the warm-up, the flows, and that kind of thing. Just want to put a little extra emphasis on those components, balance, legs, and core. So for example, we're going to get warmed up and do a few different core exercises kind of to continue the warm-up to increase core temperature and gain some strength in that department. Also some lunging, stacking the warrior poses. We're going to do a lot of different standing work. So that's where we're going to get the balance component and the legs at the same time. Let me read you your disclaimer and we'll start getting warmed up here. Okay, so hopefully you understand why we do this. It's liability, right? And we have to be clear. In response to COVID-19, PSP is offering virtual fitness to CAF members. By using social media platforms, the virtual fitness classes tailored to CAF personnel become accessible to all. Participants who are not CAF members recognize and acknowledge that their age, health status, and physical fitness level are unknown, and it is entirely up to each individual to assess their ability to participate in this class. Since it is preferable to consult your physician before beginning any exercise program, we invite all participants who are not CAF members to consult the Get Active Questionnaire of the Canadian Society of Exercise Physiology and its reference document. If you experience any pain or difficulty during the exercises presented in this video, it is recommended that you stop and consult a healthcare provider. If CAF members sustain an injury during this video, please remember to fill it a CF98. Good morning, how's it going? Nice to see everybody there. So so welcome today. We're gonna make real good use of our time. I basically wanna hit everything in the body. We're gonna stretch it out, and with the priority on those three things, balance, legs, and core. For starters, let's go ahead and get warmed up. So just standing on your mat somewhere, feet just outside your mat, feet about 45 degrees. We're going to get into a comfortable squat position. Tight core, shoulders down and back, chin up. Breathing in, we're going to come down. Exhale, come on up. Also, I'm going to be doing the one on Friday, so feel free to join in on, I believe it's full body conditioning. Last night I walked around Long Lake, so that was a good little walk. A few more. Last one. Good. Okay, so now we're going to get into some hinging. So I'm just standing here side view. So we're going to breathe in, sweep it up here, and then bend the knees a little bit. Focus is on the hinge and getting that tabletop back position with a tight core. Breathe in. And we're just going to do a decent amount. especially focusing on your breath and clearing the mind. Another 3 reps, let's say. Good. So there's our just a brief warm-up, but now we're going to get into the sun salutation series. So that'll limber us up in different ways, get into some cat-cow, some core work, and then we'll get into some legs. So standing close to the front of your mat, maybe leaving about close to a foot. We're going to breathe in, sweep it up. Exhale, we're going to forward fold. Bend the knees, step back with your left foot, take a kneeling position. Inhale, chin up, chest up. Okay, exhale, back to child's pose. Fingers open. Inhale, come forward in a modified high plank like so. Exhale, elbows in, slowly lower. Drop the legs, tighten the glutes. Inhale, hips on the ground. Or this cobra, I believe it's called. And exhale, back to downward dog, or child's. Inhale, right foot steps forward. Pressing off the back foot, come forward. Exhale, forward fold. Knees bent, sweep it up, inhale. Exhale into your chair. Okay, inhale again. So that's 1 of 2 for the modified. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the legs. Inhale, step back with your left foot. Exhale, child's. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, lower. Legs straight, glutes tight. Inhale, come up. Exhale, back. Inhale, right foot steps forward. Off the back foot, forward fold. Bend those legs, reverse swan dive, inhale. Exhale, sitting in a chair again. Just sticking it. Okay, inhale, come back up. Do that same thing again 2 more times or follow. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left foot comes back into a runner's lunge, so the rear leg straight, palms forward like so. Find the mat, step back into downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward, high plank. Exhale, slowly lower. Stay off the ground, tight core, flip the feet, tight glutes. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, back to downward dog. Bend the legs, step forward with your right foot. Runner's lunge other side, inhale. Step forward, exhale, forward fold. Bend the legs, neutral spine, inhale, sweep it up. Chair pose. Inhale, sweep. Last one, exhale, forward fold. Bend the legs, inhale, step back with your left foot. Runner's lunge. Postured up, tight core. Find the mat, step back, downward dog. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, lower. Stay off the ground. Flip the feet. Inhale, upward dog, tight glutes. Exhale, downward dog. Bend the legs, step forward with the right foot. Runner's lunge, other side. Big step forward. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the legs, sweep the arms up, inhale. Feet together now. Exhale as we come into a chair. And we're going to hold this for a few breaths. So inhale, posture up. Exhale, maintain and sink if possible. 4 breaths. Last one. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, forward fold down for a few breaths. So find that spot. Now we get to linger in here and just lengthen out. Allow that stress to leave the mind and the focus to delve into your breath. Already feeling better. It's only going to get more improved from here. Okay, bend your legs, find the mat, and step back into your downward facing dog for a few breaths. Okay, let's come to the knees, and we're going to warm up the spine with some cat-cow. So hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Breathe in, hips up, chin up. Exhale, shoulders forward, round the back. Inhale, come on up into cat or cow. Exhale, cat. Around that same pace, a few more. Breathe in. Last three. Last one. Good. Coming out of that, we're going to get into some core work now. We might as well just stay right here. We're going to do a bird dog crunch. And you've seen this before likely. Maybe not heard it called that. So we're going to take our right arm and our left leg and extend out. So breathing in. Exhale, we're going to come out. You can do just the legs if you want. If you're here, that's fine. Breathe in, stay here. Exhale, elbow to knee. We're going to aim for 7 reps. That's 1. Breathe in. Exhale. 2 of 7. 3. Stay nice and solid through your shoulders. 4. Don't overarch that back. Just keep the glutes nice and tight. And last one. Good. Come back into your tabletop, hands and knee position. And we're going to take a big inhale. Opposite sides come out. Stay here. Breathe in. Exhale, bring the elbow to the knee. 1. Make sure that chin stays a bit tucked. Last 2. Okay, coming down flat. Hands down by your hips, palms down. We're going to get into a back extension position, and we're going to do that for, we'll aim for 5 to 7 breaths. Here we go. Breathe in. Exhale as we retract the shoulders. Squeeze the glutes, picking the feet off the ground. Shoulders back. and come out. Press yourself back up to tabletop as we recover here for one more of each of those. Breathe in. Original sides come out with the exhale. Stay there. Breathe in. Exhale, elbow to knee. 3. 2 left. Okay, back to tabletop. Breathe in, set it up. Exhale, the sides out. Stay there, inhale. Exhale, bring it in. Last 2. One more. Good, come down and lie flat. Okay, one more of those back extension holds or iso holds. And we're going for about 5 breaths. Breathe in. Exhale, come on up. So we're just trying to get those shoulders pulled back. Chin slightly down. And come on down. Let's go into a child's pose just to stretch that back. Okay, a couple of more things. Let's go into some planking. We don't get into that too much, but without wasting any time, we can go from the knee, we can stack the feet, or we can have the top leg come over in a staggered stance. So choose one, elbows under the shoulder, ready, 5 to 7 breaths, inhale, go. Last breath, we'll go 5. Good, come on out. And we'll do the other side. Ready, set, go. Two rounds. We'll have this and another exercise. 3 breaths, last 2. Okay, front plank. So for front plank, we can have the elbows under the shoulders and just make this nice and active. Let's just keep it simple. Ready, set, go. Two more breaths. Good. You can come on out, setting up for one more round of that, okay? Side plank, front plank. And then we'll move on to some postures and whatnot. Okay, but we're getting really warm, are we not? Ready, set, go. And time. Other side. Ready, set, go. Coming out of that carefully. Last one, a front plank. Ready, set, go. Last breath. Good. Planted hands, starfish hands, kicking back to downward facing dog. Hands bend those legs, step forward with your right foot. We got 4 points of contact. We're getting set for a lunge hold. Keep that core tight and breathe in, hands to heart center. We're going to get a little rotation in during this part. So the opposite hand is going to come across. Breathe in. Opposite hand comes across like this, palm up. Other ends like this. One more breath. Inhale back to center. Find the mat, step back to downward facing dog. Bring those legs, step forward with your left foot. Same points of contact. Get nice and tight. Breathe in, hands to heart center. Big breath in. Exhale, coming across. Inhale to heart center. Find the mat, downward dog. And let's go to the knees and take a child's pose just for a little recovery. That's basically your warm-up. Doesn't really matter how you look at it. It's all progressive, let's say, and cumulative. One more big breath. Inhale, let's shift everything over, back to downward dog. We're going to move from here. Bend the legs, step forward with the right foot. Okay, in this case, we're going to set up for warrior one. So leave about a foot width between your feet. Rear feet pointing forward. Okay, tight core, hands up here, hips square. Really have an emphasis on that rear leg acting as a brace. Bracing and those hips square. Hands on the hips, turn the rear foot forward. Take a little step forward so both of your feet are pointing directly forward. Inhale. Exhale, hinge at the hips. And post up above, below the knee or the ground. Whatever feels good today. Call this the pyramid stretch. Nice active way to balance and stretch the hamstrings and your low back. Bend those legs, find the mat, step back to downward dog. Bend the legs, step forward with your left foot. Okay, same thing. Rear foot 45 forwards, foot space between the legs, tight core. Breathe in, come on up, hands up, shoulders down. Hips square, rear leg straight, pushing forward. Okay, hands on the hips. Rear foot forward, little step forward, both feet are facing forward, tight core. Breathe in, hinge forward, post up similarly to the other side. Bend those legs, find the mat, step back to downward dog. You do a lot of downward dog. It's a nice transition pose and it works on your posterior, which is a major issue for most people, most of us. Bend those legs, step forward with the right foot again. This time for warrior two, we're going to line up the heels perfectly, perpendicular feet. Okay, tight core, breathe in. Come on up and settle into your lunge, hands front to back. Posture is vertical, hands are pinched together like knife hands. Let's straighten that leg. And we're coming in for triangle. So post up above the knee or hand just on the inside of the leg, palm away. Going with a 90 degree. Inhale as you come up. Exhale, sink to warrior two. One more big breath. Post up here or on the inside and big reach, extended angle. So we get the hips a little freer. Nice stretch through the groin everywhere, from heel to the fingertip. And wheel this around, turn that rear foot forward, find the mat, step back into downward dog. Bend the leg, step forward with the left foot. Line up the heels, perpendicular feet, tight core. Breathe in as you come up. Exhale as you settle into your warrior two. Gaze over the front fingers. Really creating a nice strong base in your legs. And working out some of that tightness. Let's straighten that leg, breathe in. And same thing, we're coming into triangle other side. So either here or inside. Big inhale as you rise up. Exhale back to warrior two. Big inhale. Exhale as you come into this extended ankle position. If it feels a little tight, that's all right. We're working on it. And wheel this around. Turn that rear foot forward. Find the mat. So let's step back into child's pose this time. Just taking a little break before we start getting into some standing balance. Okay. Let's go ahead and stand up. We're going to get into that one-legged squat hold, the one that stretches your outside hip. So let's go to your right leg as the root here. We're going to cross over and start to sit into it so the leg stays. Hands at heart center, breathe in. Either maintain that if you're struggling with your balance or exhale, sink, keeping that spine vertical. So we're at once challenging the standing leg and also opening that hip of the opposite side. Last breath. And let's come on out of that. On to the other side. So now the left is the root. Cross over with the right foot. Begin to sit, so it'll stay there. Hands at heart center. Breathe in. Exhale as you sink with a vertical spine, or a neutral spine. It can be leaned a little forward if you like. Last big breath. And coming out. So I think we're starting to get the idea, right? We did a little extra for the core. We flew through a bunch of stuff in a flowing manner. Hitting the legs without too much reprieve. Let's move on to Warrior 3. Okay, so for that, we're going to go back to the original leg. The right leg is the root. Pick the left off the ground, toes flex towards the shins, hands on the hips, core tight, shoulders back. Breathe in. Exhale, hinge, kick that heel back. Hips are square. When you're in position, hands can come out, palms down, shoulders retracting, chin slightly tucked. And let's come out. Whew, feeling it, but in a good way. Okay, on to the left side now. Pick the opposite side up, hands on the hips. Breathe in. Exhaling now, same thing. Kicking back, coming forward. Hands can come out, keep the hips square. Really retracting those shoulders. And come on up. Good. One-legged squat hold, Warrior 3. Let's stand here in mountain pose, or just standing here, palms forward, catching our breath. We're still going to go through dancer, tree, and a standing quad stretch. Right? They're all working on balance. They're all stretching things. Okay, back to the right leg first. The one your leg you're standing on. For dancer now, the opposite leg, or the opposite hand, palms forward. You're going to slide it on the inside of your leg to grab the laces. Other hands look forward. Tight core. Breathe in. Exhale as you lean forward, kicking into the hand gently, reaching. All at your own pace, keeping a micro bend in the standing leg, chin slightly tucked. Good, coming out. Onto the other side, left is rooted. Same thing, your right hand is palm forward. Slide on the inside of your leg, grab the laces of your foot, so to speak. Hand forward, breathe in. Exhale as you lean at your own pace. Last big breath. And let's come out. Okay, nice to get that in a little bit. It's working on Opening up our chest, front shoulder, hip flexors. Let's dial it down a little bit and center it with your gold standard and balance, the tree pose. Rights down again to begin. And let's get our foot above or below the knee. Hands heart center, externally rotating that hip. As we center, clear the mind, and work on physical balance as well. In concert. Okay, bring that in, down, onto the other side. Same setup, different leg. Get it there, hands heart center. Last breath. And bring it in and down. One more balance thing that's also getting into our stretching, and it's all downhill from here. We only have about 8 minutes left, so back to the right foot. Now what we're going to do is see if we can't, and now the hand's going to come around the outside of the leg, and we'll see if we can grab the foot in that position. You can use the wall if you like. Line up the knees, breathe in. Exhale, pull back on that foot, lengthening your quads. Squeeze your glutes to get a little more out of this. We're working on balance anyway. Why not get a nice isolation stretch that is effective and also easier for most people compared to folding backwards, sitting on your feet. Okay, down to the other leg. Same thing, grab the laces on the outside, line up the knees, tight core. Inhale, exhale, squeeze the glutes and pull back gently. Feeling a reasonable stretch, maybe 70% or so of your threshold, your perceived threshold. Great, feet together. Now we're going to do a baby back bend and a forward folding chest expansion. Okay, and we're going to then follow up with side bend. Feet together, breathe in, come on up, hands interlace at the top with your index still extended. Extend the arms, drop the shoulders, tight core, tight glutes. Breathe in, and then exhale. We're just going to lean back a little bit, following the hands. Just keeping those glutes really tight as we open up the anterior of the body. Okay, coming back up. Now getting the hands interlaced behind the back. Feet together. Breathe in, shoulders back. Tight core, tight glutes. Exhale forward. Pulling the hands away from the back. Rolling those shoulders together. Seeing if we can create some space. Really engage those rear shoulders. Tight grip. Last breath. And coming out gently, back to standing. Feet back to center. Inhale, sweep it up one more time. Interlace. Leave the index extended. Extend the arms. Drop the shoulders. Tight core, tight glutes. Breathe in. Exhaling as we go to the left. with a side bend and reach. Inhale to center. Exhale to side. Retighten those glutes and cores. Okay, back to center. Great, we still have a few minutes. Let's not waste too much time. And go ahead and take a kneeling stance where your legs are both at 90 degrees. The rear foot is, the top of it's flat and relaxed. Okay, the opposite hand to the bent leg is going to come up like this. We're going to get into a tricep stretch. Chin is up for an open airway. Breathe in. Exhale as we lean forward for a groin stretch at the same time in the hip flexor area. Coming out, switch feet. Same thing, opposite arm comes up. Get into that tricep position for a stretch. Chin up, inhale. Exhale as you lean forward and pull back gently. Cores in and tight. Coming out of that, facing forward, one foot on the outside of your mat. Walk the knee away. 90 degrees with that leg. We're going to stretch out the groin one side at a time. Wide base of support, tight core. Breathe in. Exhale as we lower our center mass. And heel toe it out. Switch sides. 90 degree, relaxed, bent leg. Base of support here, breathe in. Tight core, exhale, lower it a bit, under control. Okay, let's come out of this and let's do both hamstrings at the same time. Both feet are forward, feet flex towards the shin. Sit tall, breathe in. Exhale, hinge forward, allowing the back to round, forehead towards the legs. Coming out of that, let's take our last 30 seconds to a minute and just lie flat. Maybe I wanted to do other stuff, but let's let it go. Palms up, stack the shoulders, feet just outside the hips, falling towards the ground, laterally. Chin slightly tucked for a long neck. Okay, everybody, stay here, obviously, for as long as you like. It's your own space. It was nice to connect with the self, the breath, the rest of you. And whatever we felt like before this is gone. Future problems are future problems. Let's stay in the now and feel good. I might see you on Friday. In general, have fun, eating healthy, and getting lots of sleep. See you next time.